All right, we are good to go. So I'm really excited. I was watching a video from Rachel Newkirk earlier today, and that's like one of my personal development, like business growth things is like I always pick a video and watch it every single day. Well, hers happened to pop up in a leadership page that I'm on, and it was super short, which is right up my alley. So I was like, oh, let me just watch this one. And it was amazing. And I was like, oh my gosh, like this makes so much sense. So I decided to share it with you guys because I think it'll really help. If not you, then the new people who you guys bring onto your team as distributors. And I know I definitely am going to do this exercise with my team and some of my personally enrolled people. And she was talking about how not everyone finds it so easy to post on social media, whether it be Instagram or Facebook or Snapchat, whatever. It's not easy for everyone. I'm one of those people that it's really easy for because I was like obsessed with Facebook before I even started It Works. But I realize not everybody's like that. So sometimes distributors will get started and they just kind of get stuck because they're not sharing their business on social media, and they're not sharing their business like face to face. So they're not really doing any blitzing. And so I was just listening to her talk, and she came up with an idea. And so I thought it would be fun for us to do. So if you don't have something to write with and something to write on, you're going to want to go ahead and grab that. I'll give everybody just a second. If you could just comment like, got it, whenever you have something to write with and something to write on, then we can move forward. So just send me a thing. Let me know that you got it. My son is having a sleepover right now, so his friend is probably like, what is your mom doing right now? All right. So this is what we're gonna start off by doing, and then we'll I'll start off by explaining it to you, and then we'll end off by doing the exercise together, so that way you can have a more well-rounded understanding of why we're doing what we're doing. Heard that nursing the child can come before taking notes on the Zoom. So we all have heard the saying, facts tell and stories sell, right? So what if we kind of transition that into our social media, and we view our photos as our facts and our captions as our stories? And I decided to scroll through my own personal Facebook and kind of see if this actually works, if what I'm talking about actually works. So I want to do an example with you guys, and you guys can interact with me here. In just a moment, I am going to share my screen with you, and we're going to talk about what facts we see from this photo. So let me share my screen with you. All right, so you guys can all see this post here where we're all holding roses in our mouths, right? You can unmute yourselves if you want to, if you don't have tons of background noise going on. Otherwise, I can't tell. Hold on.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, perfect. So what are some facts that you can tell just from this photo? Like what are some facts that you would say? Like, for example, a fact for me would be, oh, this person like has a group of friends. What's another fact that someone would say when they look at this picture?
It looks like you're having fun.
Yeah, it looks like we're having fun. Anybody else? What's a fact that you noticed from this photo? You guys are so quiet.
It looks like you like each other.
Yeah. Like it looks like we're having fun. It looks like we're friends. It looks like we're like either in a hotel or we're like not at home. We're out having a good time. someone obviously gave all of us roses. We seem to all have on like black and some form of green.
Yes.
Everybody's smiling, right? So we've got some facts from this photo. Now, when we look at our caption is going to be the story behind this photo. So we're giving our facts. So our facts can like tell things, but our stories are going to sell things. So my selling point for this post is about joining my business. And I talk about how when I found this company, you know, I was working 3 jobs, 7 days a week, still struggling to pay my bills. I graduated college with a scholarship, had my son, lost my scholarship, and I was still working hard, but I couldn't get ahead. And how I made a decision to change my situation. And then just talking about, you know, like, I get to help 2 people today begin their journey. So psychologically, without us even having to think or process, we automatically put all those facts that we just saw, fun, friendships, hanging out together, being at a hotel, or it looks like we're on some sort of trip together. We automatically pair that with whatever is in my caption. And what's in my caption is a business opportunity. Does that make sense to you guys?
Yes.
So when you are going through and you're making your posts, we want to view our photos as facts and our captions as a story. What's going to really sell our product? The story. What's going to really sell our business opportunity? The story. Why? Because people want to have an emotional experience when they do things. And yes, we can get that from just photos or just captions. But when we mix the 2 together, we give a complete experience for someone. And we allow someone to kind of step into our lives through their vantage point. So I don't know anyone, especially the girls in my life, that does not want a group of good girlfriends. And like, I don't know anybody who doesn't want that. Even the people who are like, oh yeah, girls are catty, girls are this, girls are that. They still want to have good friends. And when they look at that photo and they read that caption, they automatically are going to associate this business opportunity with a group of girls who are hanging out together with roses at some hotel, laughing and having a good time. So it is so important to share our experiences, right? Our photos and our captions on social media for that reason. It allows people to step into our world and envision the things that they want actually happening. Are you guys following me here? I can't see anyone's face, so it makes it hard to know if like I'm making sense to you guys.
Yes.
Okay. So, knowing that about posting, when someone new gets started and we're telling them, you know, you want to make your first post on social media, and this is just my personal opinion. There are different things that work for different people. But for me, when I'm coaching my new distributors, I have them post an experience. I don't have them post a business announcement. So one of my favorite ways to get people's first post out there is for them to either post a photo of their family or do a live video, and they're discussing like how they feel now that they have started something new. So they're doing like their 90-second story. If you guys don't know the formula to that, it is you start out with where you were before you found it works, what you did not like about your situation, how it works found you, and then how your life has changed so far. So for my brand new people, maybe they just got started, 3 hours ago, and I'm trying to coach them on how to post on social media. I want them to focus on their experience. what have they experienced so far in their business? They've experienced probably some doubt, probably a lot of excitement. Maybe they've already experienced results from their body wrap. Those are the things that they're going to be sharing in their photo or in their live video. So they're not going to just say, you know, oh, I'm looking for my first 4 product testers. Let me give you my discount. That's not an experience. That's a sales pitch, right? We want to post experiences for people. So they will post something like, you know, oh my gosh, I am terrified but excited at the same time. And they'll tell their 90-second story, where they were before they started their business, which might still be where they currently are, what they didn't like about it, how It Works found them, and how their life has changed so far. So for example, for me, if I were to do my 90-second story, I would say, man, you know, I've been with It Works almost 5 years now. 4.5 years ago, I was a server, a personal trainer, and a Zumba instructor, a mom, and a girlfriend. I was so busy. I felt like I was, you know, drowning in my jobs, and I wasn't able to be the mom that I really wanted to be for my son. I didn't like feeling like that because I wanted to be the one taking care of him every day. I wanted to be the one putting him to bed at night and doing homework with him. And I couldn't do that because I could barely pay my bills without working 3 or 4 different jobs. It Works came into my life from Facebook, of all places. I kept getting Facebook messages from a friend of mine over and over and over again. And finally I answered one, and I decided to try the wrap just so they would leave me alone. I didn't think it was going to work. You know, my background was in fitness and I thought I knew everything. But it worked. And since joining It Works, my husband and I have done so many things that we never even dreamed possible. Well, I got married. It Works paid for my wedding. A lot of people don't know that, but we got married at a corporate event. We both were able to quit our jobs. We stayed at home full time for 4 years. I am now able to homeschool my son. We became foster parents. We've paid off debt. We've taken vacations as a family. My whole life is different because of It Works. I dream bigger. I'm more confident. You know, so that would be like your 90-second story. And that's what I have people share in their video, whether they're just getting started or whether you've been in for a long time and you just feel like, I don't know what to post. Start posting experiences. Don't worry about selling something. Your experience and your excitement and your story is what's going to sell more than any product fact out there, right? So this exercise that we want to do is something that will give you content to post on your page for the next year. And I'll tell you what the exercise is, and then you're probably going to be like, what? How is that giving us content for the next year? I'll go over it. So what I want you guys to challenge yourselves to do is write down 20 experiences that you have had with a product or products, and 20 experiences that you've had with the business. So for example, an experience with a product might be, I took the ThermoFit and I had so much energy during the day. That would be an experience with a product. So at least 20 experiences that you've had with any of our products, and then 20 experiences that you've had with the business. An example of a business experience might be, last year in November, I went to a One Team, One Mission in Nashville, Tennessee. And it was the first time in, I think ever, well, the first time in probably 2 years that I went on a road trip with my girlfriends. My husband wasn't there. My son wasn't there. And I got to do like what college kids do. And I never got to do that because I was a teen mom. So by the time I was 18 years old, I had my son already, and I didn't get to go on, like the Vegas trips and all those trips. That's a business experience that I had. I could say, I just posted a business experience on my page the other day. I just bought a new car with 0 credit, all because they looked at my income for the past 2 years from It Works and decided that they would allow me to finance this car. That's a business experience. So I want you to write down 20 product experiences and 20 business experiences. And once you do that, you can talk about these experiences multiple times because your photos can be so different. So let's say I'm posting about Fat Fighter. I've had multiple experiences with Fat Fighters. So I just write down like Fat Fighter experience number 1, Fat Fighter experience number 2. And I could literally probably post about Fat Fighters for the whole year, right? So just maybe write down, if it's products, maybe like 5 experiences per product that you've used. That way you're not only posting about one thing. But I might have a photo that's just me, like a selfie with the Fat Fighters. I might have a photo that's the Fat Fighter demo. I might have a photo of the Fat Fighters sitting out at a girl's lunch. So you guys see where I'm going with this? No matter what your experience is, you can use different photos and different words to talk about the same experience multiple times. And here's why this works. Does every single person see every single post that you make? No, they don't. We know that they don't. So the same people seeing, your post and thinking to themselves, oh, I think she posted about that experience a month ago. That's not going to happen. What they're going to notice is consistency. They're going to notice excitement. They're going to notice that you're actually using the products you're talking about. They're going to notice that you're having fun. They're going to notice that you're making money. That's what they're going to see. And they're going to be like, oh my gosh, this is very intriguing. This is very interesting. Maybe I could do this. Maybe I want this. Do I want this? I think I do. So that's what they're going to notice. And for those of you who are like, yeah, but I don't want to annoy people with my posts, this is just some tough love. And mostly I'm red, so I have a hard time like just dealing with that kind of thing anyway, because I just want to be like, okay, forget about them then. I'm not very compassionate when it comes to that. But for those of you who do struggle with that, and you feel like, yeah, but I don't want people to get annoyed with my posts if I'm posting every day. Listen, if you are sharing your personal life experiences with the opportunity and with the product, and someone on your Facebook feed gets annoyed, number one, they're not your true friend. People should be happy to see you succeeding and having fun. If they're not, they don't deserve to be on your Facebook page. They're not your real friend. And because I'm kind of spiteful, I'll keep those people, even if they make comments, I keep them on my page just so that they can see me be more and more and more successful. But if it bothers you, if that kind of thing brings you down, you stand in your power and delete them. You don't need them. You don't need them in your Facebook. You don't need them in your business. There's a whole world out there of people who can take their place. So you don't have to put up with that. Yeah, exactly, Jen. Are they paying your bills? Are they coming over when your kid is sick and being like, here, let me give you a couple $100, take your kid to the clinic? Probably not. So it's not going to come across pushy or salesy if you're sharing experiences. Now, if you're constantly posting like stock photos, that's going to get annoying. Right? We don't come to Facebook to be sold something. We come to Facebook to feel something. And if we can share our experiences, our life experiences, people will feel something. So I just felt like that's so good. One of the major, I guess, objections to people joining the business is that they don't want to seem pushy or salesy. And so I feel like this is a great way to put people at ease. Like, listen, I don't want you to be a product pusher. I want you to be someone who can like give other people hope that they can get their most fit, that they can make money, that they can get out of debt, that they can have friends, that they can do all these things that we get to do. That's what we want to focus on. We want to focus on being thoughtful. We don't want to focus on just selling a product. Because what happens when we sell a product to someone with zero relationship or zero like connection? Do they typically order for longer than 3 months? No. So like we can be product pushers if we want, but there's no real, I feel like, value in that except for short term. Maybe they order for 3 months, but if you're not getting them in their feelings, if you're not making them have all the feels, they're probably not going to stay connected to you. So when you're posting, your photos will give facts and your captions will give the story. And those two together give this complete experience, and people want to be a part of positive experiences. They just do. It's just, I mean, especially with everything going on in the world right now, if you're there one person on their Facebook feed who's posting about friendships, fun, freedom, fitness, encouragement, building up other people, success, being debt free, that's attractive. People are going to want to watch you. They'll begin to follow you. I just had a girl message me today, signing up as a distributor. She did a previous network marketing company. She had to have tons of inventory and she quit because she was spending so much money. Her and her husband are about to get married, and she said she's been watching my page for about 2 weeks. She can tell that we're successful and that we're happy, and that's what she wants. She didn't say, oh my gosh, I saw this one before and after photo. She didn't say that. She talked about my captions, and the photos just kind of put it together and made it stick. So 20 product experiences, 20 business experiences. This can give you content literally for the next year. You can talk about things in different ways. You can use different photos. Even wearing our It Works clothes can be a business experience, right? Like, thank God for my part-time or full-time, whatever it is for you, business that I work at home. I literally get to wear the cutest clothes and feel confident, sharing my business. Or I'm so thankful that it literally only cost me $1.99 to market my business everywhere I go by wearing my Blitz card lanyard. Like, that's cheap. Who doesn't want to market their business for $1? You know who that speaks to? Like corporate business people. People who have owned their own business before, and they've invested thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on marketing alone. And then they see you over here like posting that you just made $100 in Rap Cash and it only cost you $1 to market your business. That's attractive. So I know that this has been like a short training, like 30 minutes, but I just felt like it's to the point. It makes sense. It brought everything together for me. And now when I make my 20 experiences for each of those categories, I'm going to have so much stuff to post about the whole entire year. It's going to be thoughtful. It's going to be engaging. And I'm going to be sharing experiences with people. So I hope that this made sense to you, like as much sense as it made to me, because I was so excited when I first heard her talk about this. And I want to give you guys a moment to ask questions if you have questions, or just anything. If you want to ask a question about anything that we've talked about, please feel free to do so now. Or if you just have comments or whatever.
Okay, this is awesome. Like, I'm writing stuff down like a mad crazy person. So I already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12 experiences with products. And I have a couple with business, which is cool. So I can totally see exactly what you're talking about and how this is going to be helpful, because, I know when we first started out, we were doing the whole copy and paste thing, and then the algorithm changed, and it all went crazy. And now you're trying to tell a story and you're trying to be thoughtful and you don't want to be salesy, and there's so much stuff, and I know it can be overwhelming, but this has just been explained. I've been in the business 2 years. This has just been explained in such a simple way that it's going to be so easy to replicate this with new DTs. It's fantastic. I am so stoked that you shared this with us.
Good. I'm glad. I'm really glad. And I felt the same way as you. When I heard her talking about it, I just felt like this is it's so understandable. And it even feels good to talk about posting experiences. It feels different than telling people to post a picture of, whatever. Before and after pictures, of course, they're important. Of course, I post them, but they're just giving facts. They're not really giving the whole story. So that's where your caption comes into play. And you can do this on Facebook. You can do this on Instagram. I know Instagram stories has been like something super popular. I do most of my stuff on Facebook. And I've been kind of implementing this without really realizing it for like the past 2 weeks. And I can tell a significant difference in how I feel when I'm making my posts, and in the response from other people. So it's been really, really great for me. And I just wanted to share it with you guys, and hopefully it helps you and it helps your team members and your, incoming team members with how to post and kind of why we post. Because we want to bring hope to people. There's somebody out there right now who wishes that they could, be home in their pajamas at 9:30 at night, hanging out with their friends, right? And we get to do that. We get to do that anytime we choose. And, these trainings, they're not just so whoever's leading them can hear their self-talk, right? They're for each of us to invest in ourselves and invest in the reason why we got started with this business. At least it is for me, and I hope it is for you. I hope you guys see that your goals and your why is so valuable, and that like the Lord put those hopes and dreams in your heart for a specific reason. So when you invest time by getting on trainings or going to One Team One Missions or hosting wrap parties, that it's worth it. It's worth your effort. It's worth your personal development. Like, it's just, I feel like I'm such a different person today than I was the day that I first started at Works. And it's all because I chose to invest and to learn and to treat this like a business instead of just like a hobby. And if it's a hobby for you, if it's a stepping stone for you, that's totally acceptable. If you want to put in, hobby hours, then you'll get hobby money. And if that's what you want, then that's totally cool. I know not everybody wants to make, $10,000 a month with it Works. Some people just want to make a couple $100, and that is totally fine. You can absolutely do that very easily with this business. But as you learn and you grow and you see like, holy crap, like I'm stepping out of my comfort zone. I'm accomplishing things I never thought I would accomplish. Oh my gosh, my paycheck just doubled. It starts to become like an adrenaline rush almost. Like every time I make an appointment with someone, every time someone comments on a post, I'm like, oh my God, like I get so excited. So I'm excited to look at your guys' posts that you're making now and just see what experiences you've had. And of course, I'll be here to answer any questions if you get stuck and you're like, okay, like I'm stuck on an experience with, whatever, Profit or whatever you guys are thinking about. I would be more than happy to answer questions or even help you with your 90-second story if you need to practice telling that. We can always just kind of jump on a Zoom together and practice telling our stories, because that's what's going to really bring it home for the people who are considering partnering with you as a customer or as a distributor. So, all right. If nobody else has any questions or anything else to say, then I'll let you guys go. I know it's Friday night, so maybe you have like a party to go to or something. I definitely don't. But thanks for getting on. Thanks for chatting with me. I hope that this like made you as excited as it did me. And I'll be looking forward to seeing your posts in the next coming days. So you guys have a great night. See you later.